Here are the Tales from Retail stories for this video, but before we start, here's the top comment for today's video. Thanks for the support. Without further ado, here we go. The broken lawnmower. Welcome back to Tales from Returns. Where I worked, we had options that they wanted us to use instead of normal returns, such as repair options. Example being, if someone bought a staple gun and it wouldn't run, when we test it, we can give them a loaner and take the item in for repairs as long as it's within a certain time frame of the purchase. Most customers didn't like this option for many reasons, but the main one is that they couldn't get free items that way. This was super common, and I think in the year and a half that I worked returns, only one person took me up on the repair option. The rest went with either just give me my cash back or the classic I want a new one of the same thing. The first was easy to do, the second required the manager approval even with a receipt, and they would try to talk them into doing the repair option, but that never worked. Anyway, I had one customer though that knew of our repair policies and did his best to get around it and get a new mower each year. Since he would return the mower before the end of the applicable return policy, he would talk to the managers into giving him a new mower for free each year, even before he got me the first time around. I still don't know how this is a good business policy if he is essentially stealing from us and never paying, but they told me to do it anyways, so I did. But the following year I was a little wiser to his and other schemes and had gotten good at talking customers either in circles or fixing the problem so they couldn't complain. Note, most customers were decent and well-meaning people, but there are the select few that try to rig the system. So the man walks in with his mower, or what I think is a mower, as it is so bogged down with dead and dried up grass, I can barely see the red paint underneath. He does his normal, I was mowing with it and it just stopped, I want a new one. I offer him the repair option, but he doesn't want to hear about it, so I go, well sir, I do have to inspect it first before I can return it. Do you mind if I take it outside while I do that? He's confused but lets me do so. I have repaired my old mowers so many times at home now that I could pretty much be a mechanic for them somewhere, but this one was a different case. After cleaning it, I checked the sparks, normal problem starter, they are good, practically pristine. I checked power connections, they good, motor, good and well oiled, startup components, nice and well tuned. I can't figure it out until I popped the gas cap. Damn thing is bone dry. I rolled my eyes. I come back in roughly 10 minutes of checking and he goes, can I just get a replacement mower for it now? But me being wise to him, make an offer. Sir, I bet I can get it started in a minute. If I can, will you take it back? I guess, but what? I don't let him finish as I pull a plastic gas carton out from behind my desk, one we use for filling up replacements, and put a little in the tank. Prime the motor and bam, it's up and running like new again. Here you go, sir. It seems to be running just fine now. Can I help you with anything else today? He just stared at it dumbfounded for a couple of seconds before quietly wheeling it back out to his truck. To this day, I wondered if he ever thought I would try to review it first. Lady, you think you're smart, which is not the same as actually being smart. I sell glasses in a big box store. I had a 60-something lady come in that basically had the condescending, I've never worked a day in my life so I'm above you attitude about her. You know the type. The arm had snapped off her glasses and she wanted to know if I could put her lenses in a new frame. This isn't an uncommon request in itself. They didn't come from our shop originally, so I explained that the lens has to be a very close match to the new frame, and it can be hard to find that because suppliers like to use different patterns, so you have to go back to the original shop. I'm happy to see if I can find her one though. I go over and start seeing if there are ones I can make work. This is like hunting a needle in a haystack, and there are usually only 1 or 2 frames at most that will work. Basically, you have to take what you can get, and it's rarely the ideal color or style. Her original frame is a narrow rectangle. The lens size is 52mm wide and 32mm tall at most. Most optical frames have the width stamped on the inside, so she sees a 52 on the inside of hers. She pulls down this massive cat eye frame. It's in the 54mm tall range. Her lens is a skinny rectangle. This is a tall trapezoid. This says 52 on the inside, Mine say 52 on the inside. They're the same size. I want these. I'm dumbfounded, but try to be as polite as I can. I reply, Madam, I'm sorry, but 52 is the width of the lens. Well, these two have the same width. They don't have the same height. Your lens is way too small for this frame. We'll have to go with a shorter one that's closer to a rectangle. That was not acceptable. She reiterates, this says 52. Mine is 52. They are the same size. 52 and 52 are the same number. Madam, I understand that, but 52 is the width. These lenses are not even close to the same shape. I even hold her lens up to the taller one to show her. I have no way to stretch your lens. That's not something that can be done. We have to find one closer to the same height and shape. But they both say 52. What don't you understand about that? 52 and 52 are the same. It's the same size. Why can't you seem to understand that? She says like I'm a moron who probably can't even count to 52. This lady seemed to think she found some arcade knowledge by matching these two numbers like it was a shoe size. If it matches, it works. After about 10 minutes of back and forth with two co-workers backing me up, she just refused to believe me and left in a huff. I like to imagine she struggled with fitting the square block through the circular hole as a child. Customer wants to stick his head in the baler. I work at a big office supply store, usually on the floor doing logistics and stock, but this particular day, two cashiers called in and I was stuck at the front register for the day. This was on a particular busy day. I had 4 customers in line and the person who was my backup was busy helping a customer with a printer. I have 2 customers left in line when the mail guy comes. I'm about to go to sign off for a couple of packages. He leaves, but he stops me and says, "These don't need signing. I can tell you're busy," and walks out. A few minutes later, a middle-aged couple walks into the store, looks down at the packages left by the mailman and kicks them twice. Me, "Oh, hey, can I help you find something?" Lady, "Yes, we want boxes like these for mailing smaller things." Of course, those are in aisle 15. "Oh, you have them for customers, like just to take?" No, we sell them, if that's what you mean. You take them when you pay for them." Husband, "Oh, well, what about boxes you get things delivered in? Do you not give them to customers when you empty them out? Could you maybe empty these out and we can have the boxes or the boxes that you get stock delivered in?" Me, "Sorry, unfortunately it has to be my manager to open the mail and he's busy right now, and we don't get stock delivered in cardboard boxes. We get them in plastic bins that we send back and reuse. When we do get cardboard boxes, we put them right in the baler so they don't take up space in our receiving area." Husband, "That's ridiculous. Can I go back there and take a look at the baler in case they haven't crushed them today?" You want to go in our receiving area?" "Yes, I want to see if you have boxes back there." "I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you back there for multiple legal reasons. But as I mentioned, we have boxes that size for about $2 in aisle 15. "Okay, fine. We'll go take a look." They walk away muttering about how little help I am and how it's a freaking box. Why can't they just give it away? Why do we have to pay for a box? About 5 minutes later, the husband comes back up front on his own. When he thinks I'm not looking, he goes around the register that's furthest from mine and starts looking at a box that we use to hold recyclable ink cartridges. Me, "Sir, I cannot have you looking around back here and especially not touching ink cartridges that could explode on you." As I am saying this, I look to the back of the store and see that the wife is sticking her head through the doors that lead to the receiving area. It was like telling kids to not do something only to have them go and try to do that exact thing. So at this point, I grab my mic and talk loudly into it, enough for the husband and customers in line to hear it. I have 2 customers going into employees only areas after I already asked them not to. One is up front behind the register and another is in the back near receiving. The husband turned bright red and shuffled out from behind the register to collect his wife from the back of the store. They both stormed out of the store, but not before trying to grab boxes that we have at the entrance for customers that come in to recycle old printers and other such things. They gave up when they realized the boxes are glued to each other and walked out of the store like scorned puppies. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video.